So many people say, hey man, junk removal, it's easy money, but it's not always easy money. Actually, it can be. There's things like that hot tub that I did last week that was easy money. I mean, all I had to do is roll it to the truck and then it, load it up. And it wasn't all that heavy and didn't have to cut it up. I was able to give the customer a good price. But some days things are kind of hard. And definitely, it can definitely be hard on your body. I think 2 weeks ago, Joe got her arm caught in between the back gate and a wall. And as I was pulling forward, if we weren't paying really good attention, something very much of a tragedy could have happened. And it was bad already. It stopped her from being able to work and fulfill her end of our bargain. But no, on a serious note, you want to be careful, because when you're dealing with junk and things that can poke and cut and make you slip and fall, tools can do the same thing. When you're using tools and it becomes very much a just a regular thing part of the day, you can forget what you're dealing with, a drill or a sawzall, and things can go awry. And so what you want to do is always take an account of every step you make, every move you make, how you lift. I mean, my God, you lift something wrong and your back can go out. And we're not like we're working in an office and we've got all this sick leave. We are sick leave. I mean, if we don't show up to work, we don't get paid. We don't have that kind of a benefit. We got other benefits from working for ourselves, but as far as, getting sick or injured on the job, we don't have that. We either produce or we don't produce, and that's the reality of working for yourself. So you want to take care of these bodies that we have. They do the significant lifting, the significant pushing, pulling. All the thoughts go through our heads on how we're going to attack a job and get these things done. And so this is one of the things that I really have known for the last 30 years, because I have worked with broken ankles. I have worked coming out of a hospital after 4.5 months. Which is a whole nother story. Walked out of that hospital 30 pounds and, started up my business again, etc. And because guess what? We don't have sick leave. We don't have those benefits, those long-term benefits that people who work for other people do. Why do they do that? Because they're making those other people money, and they're able to put something aside so they have a benefit. Well, it's the same thing with us. As we get bigger, stronger, we start doing the same thing for ourselves. We start securing our own weaknesses, because the reality is our bodies do break down. Things happen, life happens, accidents happen, and you just want to be prepared. And we can't just step in there and, with $1 million, backup. Some of us just have to do it bootstrap and just kind of pay our way through. But as you get bigger, you want to put back, you want to make sure things are secure, you want to get a workforce that can back you up when you get injured, if you get injured, hopefully. But when you get injured, you're not out of business. You have a backup plan. And it's not like I've been doing this for 30 years, working for myself. And so I've seen just about everything that can happen. Like I said, motorcycle wreck, busted my ankle really good. Still went to work because I didn't have all the backup things that I needed to go. And but I had a guy who did all the walking. I drove around in zero turns and cut the yards, etc. But I still had to get off the lawnmower, and I still had to produce. And that's just one of the things a lot of people would call the downside of working for yourself. The reality is we're all responsible for ourselves, and we try to make the very best of our situations. So a lot of people call it, like the downside of working for yourself. You are responsible for you. You don't have a big company or a company that's got your back. You are your back. And you don't You don't have these benefits that just, other people take advantage. It's one of my pet peeves with government workers. They used to be servants, right? And they have the best of the best of the best. Well, we don't. We have to create the best of the best of the best. And if you look at it, there's a lot of people that have created just that. And those are the people you want to emulate. Those are the people that you want to say, hey, how you doing that? Because they have figured something out that the rest of us maybe haven't. How to put money back, how to save up for a rainy day, how to save up for retirement, how to make your company worthy of, when you're done with it, to sell. I've done that twice with landscaping companies, and that would be my goal when I'm done with this, is to build a company that is quite sellable, that somebody can walk in, turnkey, and make a living, where they go, yeah, I wouldn't mind spending that kind of money on a turnkey business that is all set up and ready to go. So next month, I'm 63 years old, man. I'm no spring chicken. But I'm also no old guy either. I do pretty good for my age, and one of the things I really have in the back of my mind is, okay, so what are you building? Why are you building? And what's your out plan? And my out plan is to build something that is sellable and to make a lot of money in between. That's what it's all about. So the reality is, injuries and oh my gods happen all the time, and you have to be prepared for it. You have to have a contingency plan that allows you to buffer such things. So you want to be very careful. And we are on a first job of the day. It's a repeat customer. We love our repeat customers. You probably have seen this job when we use the bagsters to haul the stuff from the back. This is what we got going. We're gonna make this short work and haul it away.
They remodel the bathroom and the kitchen, I guess, and we're hauling construction debris.
That's right. What kind of customer is this?
Repeat.
Our favorite kind.
Yep.
Absolutely. So, and then they just added tile, which is going to add a bit of weight, which we talked to them about, and should be a good haul. Almost got this down except for the tile in the garage, which is going to add quite a bit of weight. And it's quieter. The blowers died. I used to do that. I never knew how irritating the blowers can be for the neighborhood. You just put on your earphones and head on out. But anyway, we're making short work of this. We love the repeat customers. They are like a bank account. We are done here. Well, they had to work around the landscapers, which are now blowing. But the job is done. Joe, so what just happened?
Well, a customer called and said that she had a sectional, L-shaped sectional and rug. So we asked for the address, and she sent it to us. And it was 20 miles from Tucson, where we were, each way. So it was like 40 miles back and forth just to the location we were. And so we gave her a price, and then she texted immediately and said, oh, thanks, but no thanks, because she already had somebody else booked for the same price. And she was shopping around to see if we were going to do for cheaper, was her term she used. And sometimes you're tempted to just go do it, but we believe that's not right, because first of all, that's not fair for the person that is already booked to go do the job. And just because of $10-15 cheaper, it's not fair for the other person to get canceled. And that to me shows that that customer don't have integrity. And we are fair to everybody. We serve our community and our customer with integrity. We do a great job. So when something like this happens, don't ever lower your standards, your value, because sometimes the best thing to do is just walk away.
Know your worth, right?
Know your worth, exactly.
That's the other thing, though. Seriously, we had a very competitive price.
Yes, we did.
And our competitive price, she was trying to kill.
Yes.
And that means the other company, which we don't know who it was, had a good price too.
Yes. And another thing, customers like that, we try to stay away, because no matter which company, those type of customers, they will always try to lowball you no matter what, and they will never be happy.
Yep, we don't want those kind.
We don't want those customers.
Bottom line is know your worth, know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to run, and know when to walk away when the dealing's done. Anyway, that's the truth, though. You got to know your worth. You got to not let people govern your prices. We ran into a little bit of that yesterday, which really upset us. We got played, and that's not going to happen again. And we're definitely not trying to outmaneuver and cut other companies that are legit. It was a fair price. And if she was going to undercut them, and I can just imagine showing up there ready to do a job for the price we said, and she goes, I found somebody even $10 cheaper than you, and so I went with them. Sorry, did you use gas? Gas, time, and time even dealing with you. And thank God that most people are much better than that, at least in our neck of the woods. What do you think, Joe?
All good.
All good.
The stinkiness from the pile bits.
You don't like the stinkiness, do you? That's why I leave the door open for her, so when we drive home, she got the smell of the yard. Love the later calls. It's about 4 o'clock. We just got here. I am doing El Solo. Joe was next door goofing off. What can I say? But I got a call. It's a little more than a minimum. Jumped on it. Real happy. Made the day what you would call a perfect day. And we like those days. So not $1,000 day, but definitely not a $400 day. So we're happy. This is represents two jobs, and the money is excellent. So don't poo-poo the little jobs, man. They just really do add up. I sometimes prefer 5 smaller jobs than one big job, especially if I just had a big job. These kind of break up the monotony and make things kind of go, and it's a little better money in as far as piece to piece goes. So what do you guys prefer, the big jobs? Do you like smaller jobs? I don't know. You gotta let me know, because I kind of like them all mixed up, meaning some larger jobs and some bigger jobs, and then small jobs. And like I said, the small ones really start adding up, and pretty soon you're talking real money. Wow, look how beautiful that rainbow is. Just love it, man. We love the rainbows. Hey, are you working for a rival company or what?
What are you talking about? Our rival company don't have the same phone number as us.
What is that number?
This is our number, 520-833-3964.
Never heard of that company before. Junk removal?
Ha ha ha.